like to introduce you all to Matt Wilkinson, who is another of our candidates for the board of the Tutors Association. Matt, when you're ready, over to you, please.
Hi everyone, if we haven't met, my name is Matt Wilkinson. I'm the founder of Restart Tuition Limited. It's my own business and I'm standing for election to the board of the Tutors Association. Over the past few years, I've worked closely with both learners and tutors. I've built provision, developed new tutors, and now I'm leading as a tutoring provider within my local area. Before this, I was a head of department in a further education college, and I was responsible for a team of around 16 teachers, many of whom are now tutors within my business. And that experience has shaped how I lead. I lead with a strong focus on people, on development, and on practical implementation. And that's really what I want to bring to the board, not just ideas, but the ability to deliver them in practice. So in my manifesto, I've outlined 4 key priorities that I would focus on, and I'd want to focus on what that looks like in practice for tutors and for learners. The first is staying curious about our learners. As a profession, we need to do more than react to student needs. We need to actively understand how our learners are changing, their needs, their challenges, and even the language they are using, and ensure that we engage with research so that we can support our learners. But it also means that we should listen to tutors who are on the ground, who are working with students day to day. So I'd support the TTA in bringing those insights together and sharing them across the profession, so that tutoring continues to become inclusive, relevant, and forward-thinking to our learners' needs. The second is supporting our tutors in the profession, and especially those that enter the profession as well. Tutoring is an incredibly rewarding career for me particularly. I have found it incredibly rewarding, but it can also feel very isolating, particularly at the start. When I first started as a tutor, I felt that networking, I wasn't as confident with networking as I am now. And so when I was a solo tutor, I found that incredibly difficult to walk into a new environment and to meet and talk to new people. I'd like to introduce more structured opportunities for new tutors to connect through virtual sessions and local meetups, so they can start to build those networks and share experiences with people who are at the same point in their tutoring journey as I was, and feel part of a professional community. I believe that TTA can be the conduit for this, helping new tutors to build confidence, well-being, and retaining great tutors in the long term. The third is regional representation, because as someone who is working in a fairly rural area of Yeovil, Somerset, I see firsthand how different tutoring experience can depend on the location you are in. It's important that those voices are heard and represented at board level. So I'd want to strengthen the work that TTA is doing with regional networks and ensure that tutors across the UK feel connected, supported, and heard within the profession. I already have a wide professional network and a range of connections within the tutoring community, and I believe this makes me well placed in order to do this. The final thing that I'm quite passionate about as a digital native is the adoption of technology and digital confidence. Technology has huge potential as tutors, but in my view, not all tutors are confident in using it effectively. I often support other tutors with technology issues and problems that they are facing. So I'd support the development of clear practical guidance from cybersecurity basics to effective use of tools, including AI, so that tutors can feel confident, protected, and able to use technology in a way that genuinely supports their work. I would also use the opportunity as a board member to lead on CPD in this respect through the TTA CPD Live, supporting tutors to access technology and understand these important aspects of data security. Ultimately, for me, a stronger tutoring profession is one that works for both tutors and learners and supports them in a practical, meaningful way. I hope I've given you insight into my priorities for the Tutors Association and what I'd want to achieve if I am successful in being elected to the board. Thank you everyone for your time.